It would be nice one day to start a podcast and actually know what we were going to talk about. At least a Saturday one.
Boo-Foons Mystery Investigators.
Off the case.
Welcome to Boo-Foons Off the Case, where we've got another interesting episode for you today. Yeah.
We hope we got another interesting episode anyway.
We do. I'm
hope.
Dan. He's Steve.
I'm Steve. Yeah, he's Dan. And this is how it's going to carry on. Enjoy.
Yeah. We definitely haven't recorded this afterwards because we've realised when we've gone to edit that we didn't actually introduce the episode today.
Yeah, didn't even think about who we were. I don't even know when this episode started. That's how bad this is, Dan.
But it's here. The introduction is here now. We've done the introduction. Well, today we have got the mystery of the Blemmeys.
Oh God, you love saying Blemmey, don't you?
I love the word Blemmey.
Didn't I stop the recording and demand you stop saying Blemmey?
This is why this has had to become a Saturday show mystery, because I got too obsessed with saying the word Blemmey. You got annoyed with me because I wouldn't shut up saying the word Blemmey, to the point where you stopped the recording, told me off, and we had to start again, where I was then, oh no, I can't say Blemmey too much. Yeah.
I know that sometimes they say things in episodes, again, a bit too much and repeat the same thing. But you just said Blemmey constantly with nothing in between. So at least I try to make something around it. Don't say it anymore. Don't say it.
Blemmey!
That's where we cut the recording there. Start again. No, seriously, Dan. Okay, and the good thing about this one again is, even though we just recorded it, that Blemmey episode, I still can't remember what it was about. All I remember is I blocked it out my memory because of the sodding word Blemmey you just wouldn't stop saying.
Well, people can enjoy it. Now I'll do a sound effecty thing, and we'll go into us talking about Blemmeys.
It's a boo-foon mini mystery.
What are we doing today, Dad?
Blemmey!
Yay, Blemmeys!
Blemmey! Because I've now developed some echolalia for Blemmy, Blemmy, Blemmy. It's a really fun word to say. Blemmy, 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 Blemmy.
Not that fun. Not anymore. Right.
Blemmy.
The lead singer of Motorhead, is that right?
Almost. He doesn't have the B at the start. He's a Blemmy that's lost his B.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, Blemmeys. Now,
okay.
There are two different definitions of Blemmy. So, I am just going to go through the tribe of people that were called Blemmeys, because it sort of links in with the actual folklore story that we're looking at. So, we're going back about 3,000 years, I believe, between 3,000 years. So we're talking BCE. We're in the Middle East, sort of around the Egypt, Israel, that sort of area is where we're talking. So there was a tribe of people that lived there called the Blemmeys. And the Greeks met them, the Romans met them, and it was a tribe of people that lived in that area, and they were called the Blemmeys.
Are you sure? This doesn't sound right. This sounds like it's like something from a cartoon.
It does sound like it's a cartoon.
No one's going to be called Blemmy, seriously.
Yeah, well, Pliny the Elder wrote about them. He wrote about them. He described, and actually, that's probably a good way to describe what we're actually talking about today. So these Blemmeys, Pliny the Elder, who, for those that don't know who Pliny the Elder was, he was a Roman author, scientist, and he wrote down loads of things about history around that time. So a lot of things that we know about ancient Rome and pre-Roman Empire is because of Pliny the Elder casually writing it down for us.
Very kind of him.
But he described the Blemmeys as being headless beings with faces on their chests.
Sorry, yes, this wasn't what I was expecting, honestly. I thought when you were talking about headless men, I thought like headless horses, headless horsemen, women, ghosts without heads. I wasn't expecting this.
Yep.
So just in case you did cut that long pause out, there was a very long pause. There's a cartoon character who looks just like that, isn't he?
Yeah, there's quite a few cartoon characters like that. There was one in, was it Our Real Monsters? There was a character.
Yeah.
In
yes,
Our Real
that's
Monsters. Yeah, that carry. Oh no, sorry, almost. He had his mouth in his chest. He carried his eyes in his hands, didn't he?
That's it. Yes, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes. Yeah. There's Okay. This is going to be interesting. This isn't what I was expecting at all. Now I'm looking at pictures. I'm intrigued. Carry on with the legends.
So Blemmeys are said to occur in two different types. One type, which is the main type, of eyes being on the chest. The other type is the eyes are in the shoulders.
Okay.
So it's ridiculous. It really is. But so there was an actual genuine tribe known as the Blemmeys, and they were actually named after their leader, who was King Blemmey. So they were Blemmeys people, basically. That's where the word Blemmeys comes from, is from the tribe Blemmeys. So those people are the reason why these fictional creatures are called Blemmeys, and it's all because of Pliny the Elder describing the actual Blemmey people as being headless with a face in their chest.
So I mean, okay, right. So this is, you said 3,000 years ago. So there's no way of actually finding out what these people were really like. Did they just have like really stocky necks? Were they just like, or did they? Why would he think that, Dan? Did he just not like them?
Well, they seem to think, historians seem to think that the Blemmey people used to go into battle with their head tucked in and their shoulders raised to sort of make themselves look big or scary. And, because they look a bit weird with their heads tucked towards their chest. Others think Pliny sort of got himself a bit confused with his because their combat tactic was keeping their heads pressed close to the chest while half squatting with one knee to the ground. So yeah, it seems as if Pliny just wrote about them looking like this.
I mean, it doesn't sound a particularly difficult enemy to defeat, does it, really?
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
It doesn't sound like they're going to be very quick to maneuver.
Well, I guess all it is just they don't.
With your head tucked into your chest.
Yeah.
But see anything coming from behind you or from the side, you're squatting down with one knee on the ground. It's like you'd just trip over your own feet, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would.
Which is why they died out so quickly, obviously.
Clearly.
They were not successful in any way.
So the Blemmeys, they're these weird creatures that are basically humanoids, but instead of having a head, the eyes, nose, mouth, the whole face is just in the chest. I will also say the other thing that people think Blemmeys that Pliny was writing about was the fact that he saw a bonobo. And he had never seen a bonobo before, saw a bonobo sitting, because the way they sort of sit is squatted in the ground, their head sort of tucked in. And if you look at them from afar, they do sort of look like a humanoid with a face in their chest.
Yeah. Okay, this looks more like one of the Pokemon, doesn't it, that you could collect?
It does look like a Pokemon. However, headless people like this, where they don't have a head and the face is within the chest, isn't just Pliny the Elder making a bit of a mistake and creating all of this story around the Roman Empire. There are actually actual things in other sort of mythology. So let's go to Hinduism. Let's go to India. Because in Hinduism, there's a demon called Kabanda.
Okay.
And Kabanda literally translates to headless torso. So Kabanda literally means headless torso. And it's a demon who is killed and freed from a curse by Rama.
Can we go back to RRR, our favourite film?
We do. I love
Rama. RRR. That's a good film. Rama's in that.
Yeah.
Or reincarnation of Rama.
Yeah, I need to watch that again. I love that film.
Yeah, absolutely. Damn, it's good.
Yeah. So
carry on. Rama.
Yeah.
And Rama.
Yeah, so the Kabanda is described as big as a mountain, dark as a black cloud, with pointed hairs all over his body, and looked fierce with a voice as loud as thunder. He had an eye on his stomach, round and yellow, emitting a glare like a fire flame. Looking wicked, he thrust his big tongue out of his huge mouth, licking the sides. So another description here is Kabanda had a broad chest and was without a head or a neck. He had only one eye on his chest and a mouth on his belly. He used his long arms to draw his prey closer. Kabanda is sometimes depicted as a tree.
That's a bit different. That took a bit of a U-turn there. So does he hide as a tree? Or does he pretend he's a tree? Or is he just, in some people's eyes, just a tree?
I think it's disguised as a tree.
So he could still be out there.
Could still be out there. So the Kabanda was a fierce cannibal and his arms were 8 miles long.
Okay, this is getting silly now.
His huge face, which had no eyes or ears, were at his chest. He had no head or legs. But that description is right next to an illustration where it's clearly got legs.
Yeah. I don't believe it.
Well, this is
8 miles. I think you said he had long arms, but that's ridiculous. 8 mile long arms.
Yeah, that is according to Adhyatma Ramayana.
Oh, must be real then.
Yeah. So the story goes from here. So this is Hinduism here. Rama, his consort Sita, and his brother Lakshmana were exiled to the forest for a 14-year period. Whilst in the forest, Sita was kidnapped by the demon king Ravana. Rama was informed of Sita's fate by the dying vulture Jatayu, who had been mortally wounded in trying to save her. Searching for Sita, Rama and Lakshmana reached the Croucher forest, where the Kabanda dwelt. The Kabanda appeared before them and blocked their path. They tried to escape by taking a different route, but were caught by the Kabanda. The demon grabbed Rama in his right arm, Lakshmana in his left. Finding themselves helpless in the Kabanda's clutches, Lakshmana appeals to Rama to escape and find Sita, leaving him behind as a sacrifice to the demon. Rama consoled him, Kabanda declared that he was hungry and asked them who they were and who had come to sate his hunger. Lakshmana realized that the strength of the demon lay in his hands and suggested they cut off the demon's hands. Annoyed by the brothers' conversation, Kabanda decided to eat them at once and drew them closer to his mouth. The brothers drew their swords and cut the arms off the demon, who fell down with a mighty roar. The fallen Kabanda asked for the names of the vanquishers. Lakshmana introduced himself and Rama and asked the demon who he was. Kabanda narrated his story to the brothers and declared that he recognized Rama by the very fact that Rama had severed his arms. So he's recognized him by, you cut my arms off. I recognize you now. Cut my arms off. I know who you are now. You've got a bit of you got a reputation for cutting people's arms off. I know who you are now. Kabanda requested that Rama perform his cremation rites, offered him what information he could, and then died.
I mean, the thing is also that for the second story about headless men, this isn't really headless man, though, is it?
No, that was a demon.
Yeah, good story though. But
Good story.
Hindu, the Hindu stories are some crazy stories there.
Okay, would you like to move from India slightly north into China?
Yeah, go on. Why not?
China. So in China, we've got Xingqian, which is the punishing heaven. Is a Chinese deity who fights against the supreme divinity, not giving up even after he was decapitated. Losing the fight for supremacy, he was beheaded and his head was buried in the Changyang mountain. Nevertheless, headless with a shield in one hand and a battle axe in the other, he continues the fight, using his nipples as eyes and his belly button as a mouth.
That's my kind of story.
There we go.
It's very Monty Python, isn't it?
It is.
Very Monty Python. So, when was this? And
so
when did this happen?
This is a Chinese story of the gods. This is Chinese mythology.
So quite a long time ago then.
So quite a long time ago.
I mean, for a start, right? You're a bloke. You've got to have some use for your nipples. You might as well see through them.
Yes.
But maybe that's what they're there for. And your belly button. People are often sticking things in there. It'd be nice to get something out that wasn't lint. Get some what else? Bit of fluff out there. But instead, I get chicken leg.
So it's right. I've just looked to answer your question. When is this? So Xingqian is in chapter 7 of the Classic of Mountains and Seas, which the earliest scrolls date back to the 4th century BCE.
Yeah, okay.
So that's 2,400 years ago, roughly. Yeah. So, very old story. And it states that he fought and lost against the supreme god to become the supreme divinity. The god decapitated Xingqian and buried his head on the mountain. And he then persevered, and Xingqian and the supreme god Di came to this place and struggled against each other for ultimate power. The god cut off Xingqian's head and buried him at eternally auspicious mountain. Xingqian's nipples then transformed into eyes, and his navel became a mouth. He then performed a dance with an axe and a shield. The scholar...
Don't want to add to that, honestly. I mean...
So the scholar Gu Pu celebrated Xingqian's defiant spirit, mentioning that it was similar to the corpse of Geng of the Zia, since they were both characters who regenerated and continued their existence.
you know what? It's far more interesting than just coming out from a cave after a few days and then disappearing. If you're going to have a resurrection story, let that be it.
Yeah.
Much cooler.
Well, do you remember we said that we would look at more yokai, Japanese folklore? Well, we can now leave China and go over to Japan.
Oh, they've got a headless man there as well.
Yes, there's a yokai. There's a headless man as well.
Hey, what's this one called?
Donotsura. Donotsura. Donotsura's body appears much like that of a human's, except that it is missing everything from the neck up. Its extremely large facial features are prominently displayed on its torso, just as its name implies.
I like the way it's everything from the neck up. So basically, it wasn't just like his head, because if it had just been his head, his hair might still have been there, just floating.
Yeah.
But just everything, just so people just don't get confused. Tell me about this yokai and what bodily function does this one like doing?
So, whoops. So it appears on yokai picture scrolls, but only his name and illustration appear. Like many picture scroll yokai, no stories actually exist explaining what it does or where it comes from. However, it is most likely origin is a play on words. There is an expression in Japanese, donosuro saget, which is used to scold a person who looks inappropriately calm when they should be ashamed of something they've done. The connotation of this idiom is to lower a mask over one's face, as in, how dare you come here wearing that face? However, if taken literally, it means to lower a face, just as this yokai's face has been lowered down to its torso. These headless men, like Pliny obviously wrote about these weird people.
Strange African tribe
that had no head. So is there something to it? Because for all these people to have these similar stories, is there something to it? Or is it just like modern people think, that they think that it was potentially people seeing bonobos and going, hey, look, they look like they've got a face in their chest.
But again, they're everywhere though. Maybe it's just something that people imagine. Maybe it's just in our psyche. What would somebody do if they didn't have a head? Because the head is obviously one of the most important parts of the body. So what would you do if you moved it around? It's just, yeah. Well, there's no evidence, is there, anything? The only time we ever, I guess, no, it's just, these are stories. They're not even, it's just mythology, isn't it? That's all it is.
They are stories. And then, of course, the Middle Ages, you then suddenly get into the Headless Horseman.
Yeah, but that's good, because they used to chop people's heads off, and they weren't in the middle of their bodies. But that's, I guess, Headless Horsemen are basically the equivalent to women in white, aren't they? Which always seem to have, there's so many of them. So many headless. Then again, we did make a huge career out, a huge industry out of chopping people's heads off over here for a long time. We did. So there's bound to be something.
Yeah. And the thing is, these are not just people without a head. They've got the head is missing, but the face is in the chest. So even things like, you've got the Spanish story of the headless priest, but that's just a priest that has had the head chopped, the no head, and he's just walking around without a head. So it's a very different story of these headless people that have their face in their chest. And I've just realized you said earlier about cartoon character. I've just remembered the cartoon character, Gossamer from Looney Tunes, the big red one with Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, that's him. That's it. With the green hair, green tufted hair. Is it green tufted hair?
I thought he was red all over. I thought he was red and sort of looked like a big love heart.
Yeah, I always imagine it more like a big strawberry. That's why I probably thought it was green hair.
Oh yeah, it does look like her. Yeah.
It's food, and
Yeah. I can't think of anything else really to say about the Blemmies.
no. Do you know what I'm lacking with
I-
the story? That there is
I-
something I'm really lacking with this, and that's me drinking.
Yeah.
It's a boo-foon. Mini mystery.
Again, it's another one, isn't it? Though we just thought there was so much, there would be stuff to it, and there just wasn't anything else to say.
Yeah. Like the only other stuff we could have mentioned with that episode is we could have gone down. Like I mentioned history of the tribe of people called Blemmeys, and I didn't think it was interesting enough to mention the fact that that whole area, everywhere but Blemmeys, was mentioned in the Bible. So every civilization in that area at that period of time all get a mention apart from the Blemmies.
And you know why, don't you? Because whoever was writing at the time just kept doing Blemmy, Blemmy, Blemmy. Then somebody just tore the page out. It never made it. It got censored out of it because people were just too annoyed. The editor was just like, no, I'll leave the other rubbish in there. I'm going to take that one out.
Yeah.
The other stuff we could believe, but that don't even talk about Blemmies anymore.
Yeah, I do apologize. I was probably a bit too annoying. Yeah. And hopefully I don't come across as too annoying in that bit that people have just listened to.
I'm sure we'd have cut it out. Cut out all the annoying bits. Oh, that's it. That's enough.
I really did like that word. I did. And I'm going to behave myself and not say it anymore until we do the social media thing for it.
Do you want to do on social media while I walk away? Because I won't be able to sit here and listen to you do social media about Blemmies.
Oh, it's fine. Would you like me to talk about movies instead?
Go on then.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the magnificent, the marvelous, the mind-boogingly mediocre Boo-Foons Game Show! Tonight, we have one contestant, the only contestant on this show, because this is a recurring segment with little room for improvisation. You know him, you tolerate him, Steve! And steering this ghoulish train wreck straight to the pits of hell and back. Oh, so spooky. A man who absolutely believes this is a legitimate game show. Your host, the plucky, the insatiable, the penile pilot himself, Dan.
It's time for the super amazing game show, which hopefully I've made some sort of jingle that sounds all professional now, and that's just happened, and I sound like an actual game show host. Today's contestant is Steve from the Boo-Foons Mystery Investigators. Hey! And he's going to be quizzed on his movie knowledge in this little thing that I haven't even thought of a name for the segment of, other than the movie quiz game bit.
That's
the movie
perfect, Dan. I can see that now as a proper game show.
Yeah, we can go to the
BBC One.
Yeah, exactly. Hosted by Michael McIntyre.
Or even Jonathan Ross, because he's got nothing else to do.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Michael McIntyre, all you've got to do is, if anybody's not laughing, just start nodding your head and going like, I've got floppy hair now. Oh, look at me saying the same thing with floppy hair. Look at me. Oh, I'm going to start saying some words a bit strangely so people laugh at me because I'm not funny at all. Oh, floppy hair.
No one's allowed to be funny anymore. You can't. That's about as risque as you can get.
What? Floppy hair.
Floppy hair.
To be
yeah,
fair,
floppy hair.
that's been his entire career. So even when
Yeah.
Frankie Boyle and things were still big comedians that you saw everywhere being offensive, that was his routine. Like one of the jokes that I've always remembered was him just going, my daughter the other day was drinking and she said juice. And she said juice, juice, oh, juice.
Yeah. Hate the man.
Yeah.
Worst comedian. We should do a whole show on the worst comedians ever.
Yeah. We should. Maybe that can be a whole off the case thing, just us moaning and ranting about
crap
comedians that we don't like.
Yeah. What's her name? Rosie Jones.
I think that might be her name. Notice how I shouted, because that's what Rosie Jones does. She shouts and she thinks that shouting means funny. Also, I apologise to anyone I may have woken up just then. I know you hated it last time I shouted.
I don't know if I mentioned it before. My stepbrother had a cerebral palsy, and my stepmom and my stepbrother hate Rosie Jones. Hate her. They think it's the worst thing. It's done nothing to help people with cerebral palsy be accepted. As a matter of fact, it's done the opposite. It's made them laugh at me because I got a disability.
Yeah.
And it's just, that isn't funny. I mean, no one's laughed at my disability for years. But then again, I haven't dropped my trousers in public for a long time either. Right, okay, let's do your film quiz.
Let's do the big film quiz game thing, which at one point I will come up with a better name. If you can think of a better name for this segment, put it on social media and you might win a prize.
Which, according to another podcast, was just we'll shout you out.
Yeah, I did say shout you out, and I was going to clap.
Yeah, we're going to shout you out and clap our cheeks at you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, to you. Do you know, that's, yeah, just imagine, like everybody did to the national health workers all those years ago. We'll do the same. We'll stand in our window and clap our cheeks. At the windows, at the doorway, on a Thursday night for you, if you can get a better game show name than that. And we'll encourage all 25 of our listeners to do the same thing. Across the country, can you just imagine it?
Yeah.
Great. Can you certainly make the news, wouldn't it? Multiple arrests across the country.
Yeah. Because a cult of podcast cult leaders got people to clap their
cheeks outside the windows for the person who got the best name for a quiz.
We're becoming too dangerous to be left alive.
Oh, left alive?
Yeah,
that's a bit harsh. I think we're that dangerous yet. Give us time, though. Give us time. You're only delaying things because you're still making this quiz up. You're still making up the questions, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm ready.
Okay,
I'm ready. I've been ready a while.
Tankage. I can see it in your Thomas Tankage reflection in your glasses.
Choo choo.
Right, go.
So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Good. Gabriel and Marco go on an adventure in a box.
Okay.
So Gabriel and Marco go on an adventure in a box. And I will say that is a really, really, really bad synopsis.
Yeah. Also, the name's okay. Actually, it's a pretty. Okay, is this an animation?
No.
Okay. So am I going to have to guess this through a book? This is the worst kind of thing we can put on for anybody listening on a podcast. Okay, just me saying, okay, Gabriel.
Yep.
Okay, I imagine there's more than one character called Gabriel. in film and TV and film?
Yes.
You want to give me a clue? Is it well known?
So the film is a 2025 film, and Gabriel, the character, it's a famous name because of the baby Jesus. And that's I'm trying to breadcrumb here without giving too much information away. So the film itself has nothing to do with the baby Jesus, but the name and why the name is famous and why the character has the name Gabriel in the film is why that name is famous with the baby Jesus.
Yep, got it. Because he plays the angel. 2025. Yep, he comes back to Earth, doesn't he? And it's a comedy, and it's Keanu Reeves.
Yep.
And the box is obviously a telephone box because it's the only thing. So we took Bill and Ted. But Marco was in Lost Boys, Alex Winters.
Yep, there we go.
That's it. Thank you. Just needed that bit of a clue. That's all I needed. But yeah. Okay, yeah. Lost Boys. I love Lost Boys. One of the best vampire films ever. That and Near Dark, I think, are my two favorite vampire movies of all time. But it's quite amazing that Catherine Bigelow directed Near Dark, but apparently women didn't direct films before 2024.
Well, a woman was put in charge of producing a TV show because they thought it would fail.
Yeah, and she also, another woman, made the best TV sound effect theme tune ever, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, who would have thought it would be a man that would destroy it?
Well, that's
what? I'm
controversial.
I've said it now. Yeah, controversial. There we go.
That it's a man.
Yeah.
Well, that it's even human. I think it was sent from an alien planet to destroy culture.
Yeah.
It doesn't deserve. No, okay, let's change the subject away from Doctor Who because we always go on a rant with this one.
Okay. I'll change it. Oh, I've just clicked off the name that I was going to say for this character. No.
Yeah, let's you make it up as you're going along. This is great.
I'm not. It's here. It's here in front of me. Nina Sayers meets Lionel Dawson, who dies on a train. All right, I'm going to give you a bit more because I've just realised that's really, 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 really harsh. So, Nina Sayers, and actually, I suppose it's not meat. I suppose in a way she's kidnapped. Nina Sayers gets kidnapped by Lionel Dawson, who blows himself up on a train.
Blows himself up on a train? Not V for Vendetta, is it?
It is V for Vendetta, yes.
Then that's Natalie Portman and...
Yeah, so Natalie Portman...
Weaving? I don't know.
Yes, it's Hugo Weaving, yeah. So Nina Sayers is her character in Black Swan. Also
That's
White Swan and Odette. And
is that
Lionel...
sequel? White Swan? Which one came first?
No, that's what it says the character is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Is it any good?
I don't know.
No, you've never seen it either. You said the same, yeah.
And Lionel Dawson is Hugo Weaving's character in a film
from Lord of the Rings.
Little Fish.
Okay, not Lord of the Rings. I'm sure that was what the King of the Elves was called, wasn't it? Nigel Dawson, Lionel Dawson. I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely not Elrond.
No, definitely it was Lionel Dawson. I'm sure it was. That's definitely a much more elvish name.
But for Little Fish, which he was Lionel Dawson in, he won the AACTA award for Best Actor in a Leading Role. the FCCA Award for Best Actor in a Supporting Role, and the Inside Film Award for Best Actor.
And has anyone seen Little Fish?
I was
I've never
just
seen
trying
that
to.
either.
I was just trying to figure out what these are. So AACTA is the Australian Academy of Cinema and Television Arts. FCCA is the Film Critics Circle of Australia.
Oh, okay.
So Australians liked it. Little Fish is an Australian crime drama, which is a film, 2005 film.
Okay.
So a year before V for Vendetta. It has Kate Blanchett in as. So Kate Blanchett's the main character alongside Hugo Weaving. Sam Neill is in it, who's a New Zealand actor.
Jurassic Park.
You
know Sam Neill, don't you? From Jurassic Park.
Not by name. This is why I'm terrible. This why I would be
Okay.
terrible playing
Yeah.
my own game.
He's the guy with the neckerchief in Jurassic Park. Can't remember his name.
Oh, the main guy,
The main character, yeah. That's it.
Alan.
Alan. Samara Weaving. Let's talk about Samara Weaving now. I want to find out if she was in Lord of the Rings. She's very good. Have you ever seen Samara Weaving do stuff?
No.
Have you seen Ready or Not?
No.
You should see Ready or Not. Ready or Not 2 should be out now. It's got a sequel. It's such a good film.
Ready or not? Here I come. Oh, that's where I recognize her from.
Who? Samara Weaving?
Yeah.
Kate Blanchett. You know her from Home and Away.
No, Samara Weaving. She's Bill's daughter in Bill and Ted Face the Music, where they destroyed the Bill and Ted franchise.
Yes. Replace everybody. Remember, they're not the chosen ones anymore. The daughters are the chosen ones. Everything, they had to change it. Everything.
So that's where I recognize her from.
Yeah, she's very good. Can't complain. Apart from filmmakers changing everything. Because they did that in The Matrix as well, didn't they? Because Neo was the chosen one. And then, of course, it turns out that Trinity was the chosen one in the most recent Matrix film, the one that nobody saw. Because you couldn't have a bloke being the chosen one. Everybody hated men.
Okay, here's another one for you.
Oh, good. Okay.
Barnabas Collins.
Oh, Barnabas.
Yeah, what a name. Barnabas Collins falls in love with a young Amanda Grayson.
Do you know what the worst thing? I'm so bad with names. Both those names have just gone straight out of my head.
Okay, so, and I'll change the synopsis ever so slightly to give you a bit of a hint. So, Barnabas Collins, who tends to hide, falls in love with Amanda Grayson.
Do it again one more time. The synopsis.
So, but Barnabas Collins, who's often in hiding, falls in love with Amanda Grayson.
Is there a group of girls in this film? I don't know.
I don't remember there being a group of girls in this film.
Okay.
It's mainly based around a house and the neighborhood.
Any other clues?
There's
people screaming.
He's
they know the answer.
Okay, another clue is Barnabas Collins has a deformity.
Okay. Yep. Got it. Yep. Well, initially I thought it was Heather's. That's why I asked about that, because it's talking 1990. I know that Winona Ryder played in Star Trek.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, Amanda Grayson, Star Trek, Winona Ryder.
Barnabas Collins was from House of the. Is it Dark Shadows? Not House of Dark Shadows.
Dark
Dark Shadows, and it's yep. So
Johnny
that's
Depp.
Johnny Depp. So it's Edward Scissorhands.
Yep. Yeah, it was. How do
Yeah.
you describe
It's-
Edward Scissorhands without giving away that it's Edward Scissorhands?
yeah, but it's weird because it's like that era. Those if you unless you get both, and it's like once it came together, then it's obvious. But when you say Barnabas Collins, I think if we just had Barnabas, I didn't even know his surname was Collins. That's the thing. And the funny thing is,
Yeah.
we'd just been watching the original black and white original series on Amazon Prime, which is it's really great. It went on for like 1,000 episodes. TV show, it's crazy, and it was so boring. It was so boring. I don't know how it just had like the most uninteresting vampires ever. It was just like if you're the most boring vampire, that's what Dark Shadows was.
Well,
Yeah,
this is why
good one there, Dan.
I quite like this, because you know films that well that you can get that. There are many people listening who will probably not get those. And then when you say the answer, will suddenly go, oh, or when you do that thing where you just get it straight away. Like,
Yeah,
there are people like who go, how did he know that from that? And then when you then start to explain it and talk through it, people go, oh yeah. See, I would be awful. This is why we make a good team, because in a pub quiz, if that was the round in the pub quiz, you'd be all over that. And I'd be sitting there going, I have no idea what's going on.
You give me sport, and it's like I don't get any. don't get any. I've never got a question right for sport unless I guess. My favourite pub. Right, okay. We did a quiz night once, and the best one I ever did was recognising the Mongolian flag. But I didn't know I didn't recognise it. I just deduced what it was by looking at the flag. And it was decided to win, and I got it right. And it was just like a complete guess by looking at the Mongolian flag. I don't know how it just came into my head. This is what the Mongolian flag. This must be Mongolia, and it was right. My finest quiz night moment of all time.
So for me, two quiz nights that I've ended up winning. One was many years ago on the Isle of Wight, the same holiday where I got to drive a steam train.
Exciting.
I was myself and my at the time partner just stumbled in a pub one evening, and they were about to start a pub quiz, and it ended up being really easy question. Well, we found them easy, but another team clearly knew the answers as well, because it ended up being a tie-break situation, and the tie-break was play your cards right. And when we went up and it was our turn to do play your cards right, we ended up with I think the first card to be drawn was a king, and we were like, well, it's going to be lower. And then we got a 2, and we're like, well, it's going to be higher. And we ended up just getting a clean sweep, purely because it ended up being this ridiculous thing of going like between a queen and a 3 and that sort of thing. And we're like going, well, statistically, it's going to be higher or lower than that. So we won that and won. I think the kitty was something about 50, 60 quid, which at that point was a night and a bit out. Then. It was. That was back when I was a student. That was back when you would have been able to get a meal and your drinks for the night for that. And then the other time was a friend of mine. We randomly walked into a pub, and the reason why we went into this specific pub is we'd gone into one and there was no one there, and they were closing up because there was no one in there, and they went, well, no one's going to turn up, so we're going to close early. And we went, fair enough. Went to this next pub, and they were just about to start a pub quiz. There was 4 teams in this pub quiz, and we ended up winning the whole thing, including bonus rounds, and we ended up walking out with loads of chocolate and and then the prize was voucher to go back for a meal and drinks and things. So they've been my 2 glories with pub quizzes.
Boo-Foons Game Show!
Have you ever knocked yourself out leaving a pub?
Not that I'm aware of. Unless I've done that in your presence and not remembered because you've scooped me up and dragged me.
It just made me think about it when you said you walked into the pub. I thought, that's clumsy. And then I remembered when I ran out of a pub once to catch up with the rest of the guys, I forgot that it was a really low door. And I ran into it at full pelt to meet up with them. I ended up on my back in the middle of the road.
Well, you are basically a giant, so...
It was a very short pub. It was a very short pub. But yeah, that was... I can still feel it. I can still feel that Tudor wooden beam on my forehead. And it must be a good 30 years ago.
Excellent. Excellent. And on that note, we'll let you be knocked out in bed because it's getting late at the time of recording this. So,
still early. I've still got a video shop to run. Still playing video shop.
But thank you for joining us this week. We have been the Boo-Foons. We continue to be the Boo-Foons. Wednesday, we'll have another excellent mystery for you. Next Saturday, we'll have some more madness for you. Do look at our Patreon. Give us some love over there. Do check out all of our social media pages. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Whatever you're listening on, give us a rating. Subscribe. All of that sort of thing. You know the drill by now.
Give us a 3.
Or more.
Or more, ideally more. Or higher. Higher.
Higher.
Go and see Quiz Night. Come on. Going to win this one. Lower or higher than a 5? I think we'll stick with a 5.
Yeah, we'll stick with a 5.
Yeah. Hey, we won again.
Yeah.
And that's how Dan wins a Quiz Night, as we find out.
Yes. Not by what I know, but by my skills.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget, tell people to visit our YouTube channel.
Yes, our YouTube channel. We've got stuff on there now. Videos are going out. Videos are going out on the YouTube channel. We've got the website. We've got the Discord. It's all getting bigger. The Boo-Foons universe is getting larger and larger every moment. And we're glad that you are here with us on this journey.
Indeed. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Boo-Foons Mystery Investigators.
Off the case.